Hi everybody, Skip the End here, and welcome to my collection update for the 10th of July, Friday 10th of July to be precise. I've got 7 games here to show you. I'm going to get started with 2 Nintendo DS games, both actually import games. The first one, actually very, from what I've been told, underrated, and a lot of people, the few people who have played this game, so it's one of their favourite games that they've ever played, and I had to pick it up, and that's The World Ends With You. It's a Square Enix JRPG. It's very different though. It's you sort of go onto like 2 different like screens and sort of fight, I guess, and I haven't actually played this one yet. However, I've sort of watched a lot of footage, and it looks really interesting. It's very it's sort of like, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts meets Jet Set Radio or something like that. But looks really interesting. And but yeah, if you have played this, let me know what you think of it. And yeah, I can't wait to get stuck into playing that. It was available in Europe as well, but the price was a lot more expensive than the American copy. But it still works even on like the first wave of like 3DSs. So yeah. Next one we have is actually a prequel to a 3DS game, and that is 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Now this is a prequel to Virtue's Last Reward on the 3DS, and also I think it was on the Vita as well. And yeah, it's a puzzle game, and you have like all these characters, and you sort of like your actions and like how well or how badly you solve certain puzzles. Certainly from playing a little bit of Virtue's Last Reward, has an effect on the ending. So yeah, I definitely I was so impressed with what I played with Virtue's Last Reward. I had to pick this one up as well because again, it's another game people speak very highly of, so I had to pick it up. So yep. Next up, we have a Super Nintendo game. This is something that I never thought in a million years that I would own physically. Anyway, a little bit of backstory. About a week and a half ago, I saw this seller. I believe they were from Spain. I'm not entirely certain, but they were selling a load of reproduction games, like quite rare games on the Super Nintendo, like I think which ones there were. There was Wild Guns, there was Demon's Crest, there was Castlevania Vampire Kiss, aka Dracula X. What else was there? I know I've seen Mega Man 7 as well on the sell list. But I went with this one because I've seen it many times in like many videos, and I've always wanted to own it. I did actually play a little bit of it in the arcades. I do remember very vaguely, but I think it was only once. So, and that game is sorry to keep you on tenterhooks. That game is Sunset Riders. Now this is all reproduction, like the box and also the cartridge. Just give me a moment. Yeah, there's the cartridge there. It doesn't have an instruction manual, unfortunately, but considering this was being sold for around, I think it was £35, plus the £8 shipping as well, which was pretty crazy. But considering how much a real copy of this, even just the cartridge alone, like costs, I was like willing to accept that and pay the like additional postage for it. But yeah, very happy to have this game in my collection. If I had the money, I probably would have bought a lot more of the games that this seller was selling. But for now, I'm quite happy to have my copy of Sunset Riders. The game itself, it's arcade. It's an arcade shooter. It's sort of like Contra or Super Protector with like the music from like Turtles in Time. The music is very sort of similar, has that similar sort of music style to it, and yeah, it's really good. It's very hard. I can't even get past the level 2, but I'm getting there. It's a really fun game though. It's 2-player as well, so if you've got a friend, then definitely recommend picking it up if you can. I think that this seller's also has like a couple more copies as well. So if you're interested, then I'd definitely check it out. Let's put this back in the box. And it's okay. Okay, next up we have one PS3 game. This is actually a rebuy. I played this once and I didn't get very far, and I sort of suffer from like audio glitches from playing this, and but I'm willing to give it another go, and that's Singularity. And I hear nothing but good things about this. And from what I played like an hour and a half or so, and I did like it, even though it was a blatant rip-off of Bioshock in certain places. But yeah, I got to like this bit in the sewer where you have like all these little bugs on the floor trying to attack you. They're sort of like slug creatures or something. And I started to sort of fight them. All of a sudden, it's like this horrible loud bang, like like with like an amplifier on the guitar, and you sort of like mess it up or something. It sort of goes. Yeah, that's the sort of noise that the game started to make. I was just like, oh my god, and it just kept happening. So I don't know if that was just like my copy of the disc, or there was an update that needed doing, but. Yeah, that's sort of when I stopped. But I wanted to give this another go because people speak very highly of this game, so I wanted to at least give it another shot, another fair chance. So yeah, it's a pretty good FPS game so far, but I need to beat it to sort of really judge for myself. Okay, and finally we've got 3 PS4 games. The first one is Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. This is a 4-player co-op FPS where you try to work together to rob certain places like banks, big sort of malls and like little shops and stuff like that. Also like art galleries and like various different like objectives you can and missions you can do in this game. What I like about it is the whole like customization, not just with the guns, the armor, but also the masks here. You can sort of not just the basic masks that you get, but also the different colors you can use, different patterns and stuff. And yeah, it has a leveling up system as well, where you can equip new skills. There's like I think 4 or 5 different skill trees you can go down, and you can sort of mix and match as much as you want, or you can just go down like one skill tree and be the master of that. And yeah, it's really fun. It's the sort of variety of missions that I've played, it does get a little bit repetitive after a while, but if you've got a bunch of friends and like, you know, playing co-op together, then yeah, this is definitely for you. And yeah, I really enjoy this one. Speaking of which, the next game I have is Dying Light. Now this was one I initially deliberately sort of didn't buy because it's It's from the same people who made the Dead Island games, Techland. And I did like the first one, although it had a lot of issues with bugs, and it just felt unfinished. And I was worried playing this one and watching a load of people play it in its first week, and it had like a lot of bug issues. And thankfully, that from what I've played so far, it seems to have those sort of bugs have sort of gone away now. So and I have predominantly played this in co-op too, and really enjoying it. This is a open world zombie, not really sort of survival horror, but also melee combat, like FPS, sort of variety of different things thrown in. It's sort of more of an RPG than a survival horror, really. And yeah, much like Payday, you can level up your character. There's like a survivor skill tree, and also one for agility, because parkour is a very big element in this game. We sort of jump through rooftops in order to avoid enemy encounters. But also you get the sort of strength skill tree, where you can fight like zombies and like level up that way too. And yeah, I really like it. I love the drop kick ability. It's just for someone who grew up watching wrestling, that just it just really makes me smile every time I do that to a zombie. But yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Like you can sort of grapple with them and like throw them away if they try and grab you. You can like stomp them when they're on the ground to sort of finish them off. You sort of get better stamina and like various different things like that. And yeah, it's really fun. If I play this by myself, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it that much, especially early on, because like you're very underleveled and you feel like you're really outnumbered. But co-op, I'm really enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. And well, the only negative I will say is that there's a lot of collectible sort of missions where you have to like constantly collect stuff for people, and that can get boring a little bit fast. But other than that, it's fun. And finally, of course, being a huge fan of this series, I had to get Batman Arkham Knight, the third game in the Arkham series from Rocksteady. I absolutely adore all three of the last two Batman games, and even Urban Chaos Riot Response. I love that game on the PS2 as well. Yeah, when I first started this, I wasn't quite sure where they were going with it, because it started off and you sort of went through various different characters and various different like objectives and new skills and that you unlock and stuff. It all seemed to go really fast. I was thinking that the pacing of this game was very messed up, but I'm about like 40% through the story, about 50% through like the whole game, like including side missions and stuff. And yeah, I'm liking it a lot more than when I first started playing it. I feel that it's sort of paced a little bit more better, like when you compare to stuff like Asylum and City. It's. I mean, personally, I didn't really like the main villain from City, Hugo Strange. I just thought he was kind of meh, to be honest. But Scarecrow, I didn't know if it would work as a like main villain, because in Asylum he was like a sort of surprise, like side quest, if anything. But yeah, so far it seems to be working, and I hope as I play through the game and beat it, it holds up. But visually, this game looks superb. This version, anyway. I know there's a lot of issues with the PC version, but this version looks great. It plays really well. My only issue is there's sort of a little bit too many sort of gadgets that you can sort of mess around with, and too many options you have, and you sort of feel a little bit overwhelmed. But apart from that, it's a really, really good game. I wouldn't say, I mean, game of the year wise, I wouldn't say it's as good as Bloodborne. I feel that game blew me away a lot more than this did. It sort of feels like Arkham City HD, if you can call it that. But with like a few interesting things thrown in, like the Batmobile. I feel that the sort of Batmobile's sort of a little bit overused. I mean, in some ways it's good, but like when you're sort of fighting loads of tanks and stuff, it sort of that gets repetitive really fast. But yeah, I'm sort of half and half on the whole Batmobile inclusion. But other than that, yeah, really, really enjoy this game, and highly recommend it again. Okay, and that's it for my collection update for the 10th of July. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more stuff coming in the near future. This is Skip the End, signing off. Take care, everyone.